Well, good evening, everybody. We are here for election night coverage, as we swore. I don't know if anybody wanted us to do that, but we wanted to do it. So we are here tonight, me and Lindsay.
You and them?
Or Lindsay and I, or however way you're supposed to say
Sean
that.
and them?
Yeah, Sean and them, Lindsay, me and them, being this random woman over here.
Right. Which, by the way, them is plural. I mean, somebody needs to go back to grade school or elementary school. I don't know.
We had Kingfish with us, so that was the dad thing. It was plural. But
oh, whatever.
So we got me and Angry Lindsay doing the show, and the dog. We got a dog in here.
I was gonna try to get Ray up here, but she's like, nah.
We got the room in the podcast room all cluttered, y'all. We got like a TV over there. I got in front of my computer, so we can't see it. It's over my left here, just so we kind of follow the results here. Right now, we're all here to see. This is the end of Chokwe Lumumba.
All of us.
And right now we got 21% in. John Horhn has got 2,038 votes, and Chokwe's got 888. That's 69% to 30%. It's early. That's 21% is in already, though, and it's just turning into 8 o'clock hour. So maybe we'll have Lindsay. Do you think we'll have a result before 9 o'clock?
It's not over until the fat lady sings.
Or till the handcuffs are slapped on the mayor.
Or that. Or that.
No.
Or until he is in federal prison right next to his buddy Jody.
So
or headed off on a yacht somewhere.
Right off on a yacht, yeah. So that's we're looking at. So we're all waiting on that. There's some other elections tonight too. There's the Jackson mayoral Republican runoff, which is kind of laughable. But
Kenny G.
And Kenny G right now is winning by 1 vote, 8-7. 8
with 0% reporting.
Yes. So 15 people voted in the Republican primary with it's my math right, because I'm a lawyer, not a math guy. 15 to 21% in. Kenny G is winning with 53% of the vote to 46 by 1 vote. It's 8-7. It's 8-7 right now. Just notice that. That's really funny.
Your boy Quint Withers is down.
Is he? Okay. There's there's no 0% reporting there, but Kevin Parkinson and Quint Withers. That's my ward here in Belhaven and Vaughn, Ward 7, 236 to 150. I did vote for Quint today.
Democrats.
Yeah, we got a lot of those, and that race is just. I mean, it's there's no precincts reporting, but there is numbers in, so I guess something reported. And that's this.
It's kind of weird. It says 0%, but there's numbers. So.
Yeah, that is strange.
Somebody just didn't know.
Then there's the Canton mayor's race, which you guys can listen to Chip tomorrow, because I'm sure he'll talk about that.
I'm sure he will.
I don't know anything about Canton.
Well, I do know a little bit about this. Tim Taylor is not the toll man.
Okay.
It's not home improvement.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that he was, but it's not. But I do know that this woman, Camellia, she was the woman who was on something to do with the school district, and she was sued over it. I know she's not one we need in office.
Okay. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about Canton. I've been to Canton, for court.
for Madison County Court.
Yeah, I just had to switch. Sorry, don't worry, technical stuff. I had to switch my Facebook when you do these live.
It never does it right.
It goes to private, but now we've done.
That's why everyone should go subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's the easiest. YouTube's the easiest. It always goes up. It's flawless. It's wonderful. YouTube Premium is the best thing ever too, because it's no ads.
Let me tell y'all what. I walked in here and I really think Sean was trying to kill me, because I walked into a wave of smoke that hit me in the face.
Thought, or maybe it was.
Allegedly, Sean was trying to take me out.
You've hung out with her as long as I have. No, I mean, I didn't say that on air. No.
It's to see something happens to me, they're coming for you.
That's it. That's right. It's always the significant other is always a suspect.
But no, I think he has a faulty air fryer.
Yeah, the air fryer's got some problems.
So if you see smoke, we don't have a smoke machine. We're not that fancy. It's just Sean's air fryer.
That's it. So, but yeah. So well, anyway, so right now we're just waiting on these results. 21% in. And the Republican primary is the one that I'm kind of really excited about now. This 8-7. I mean,
it's so close.
8-7. There's literally barely anybody voted in the Republican primary. I mean, because that person is probably crushed by the Democratic nominee is, or hoping it's Horn, but we don't know.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay, maybe, yeah. I think the real race is going to be between John Horhn, if he pulls this out tonight, which we all believe that he will, and then the independents, or 2 of the independents, third, but I don't think really stands a chance. But I think there's 2 independents who will probably give John Horhn a run for his money.
I mean, I disagree. I don't see that, but hey, whatever. It's a race. I think he wins tonight. He's Mayor of Jackson in my mind, but I could be wrong. But
I just wonder if it's really that much better.
Anything is literally better than Chokwe.
Well, somebody made a comment today, and I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Russ, but it was like, we already see what Lumumba has done.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. It has made nothing better.
Well, he's made it worse.
It made it worse. And so we don't know that he's going to do anything great either, but at least it's different. It's just somebody gives somebody a chance.
I mean, my dog, little shit too, Ray's running around. I'd vote for her for Mayor of Jackson.
You would vote for her over anybody. I don't even know what you're talking about.
But I mean, it does. I think change. It's got to be some change, and any change is going to be in an upwards direction from the downwards direction we've gone the last 8 years. Because no one can name a significant accomplishment of the Lumumba administration, except for the last few months. They paved my road. I'm not going to give them that. They've actually done some paving and building.
No. What they do is they do something, and then as soon as it rains again, it's right back the way that it was, and they've been doing that for months now.
Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry.
You okay?
Yep.
Yeah. So evidently, once again, Hinds County saw precincts run out of ballots. We've seen that happen before.
That's the story. So if you go to, sorry, I'm coughing, but go check the Ohio.
Told you to get that checked out.
I think it's a smoke machine.
I'm sure it is.
I think
I thought I was walking into a fire.
Willie Morris Library ran out of ballots.
If you don't know what Willie Morris is, I do. Yes, he's called Skip.
Well, there was a library that ran out of ballots. Senator Horhn was out there. They were trying to resolve the situation. I did get reports prior to the show that this happened at 6 Northeast Jackson precincts, actually. And then it wasn't that there was an overabundance of voters, that they just used all the ballots. It's just they didn't give them enough. So that's concerning, considering that's targeted to that area, which obviously is going to go heavily for John Horhn. Hopefully that's not
that's an area that you believe would be heavily. I thought they were all heavily John Horhn.
Yeah, but specifically that area.
Why is that?
Because that's Ward 1 in Northeast Jackson.
Okay, I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, so that area, it seemed like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the election is stolen conspiracy theory, but if Chokwe wins tonight,
He will absolutely.
Be the first time you ever hear me say election is stolen.
He'll be screaming it from the
rooftops. About a single election ever, and
if Chokwe pulls this out, you will be screaming from the rooftop.
Oh yeah, I'm going on the Kim Wade show, and we're going to talk about stolen elections. I'm going to let him. I'm going to be like, man, I believe now if this happens tonight. If the David Archie and the crew actually tried to attempt to steal the election from
which would be really ironic, given
ironic.
They were the ones who said the election was stolen from him.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
They've already tried to put impediments, trying to say white people can't vote, and
literacy
tests, poll taxes, all the work. So I hope that there wasn't some coordination to prevent these precincts from having ballots, but it is kind of concerning that they didn't. There has been a very high turnout today.
Higher than they thought.
Much higher than they thought it would be for a runoff in April, 2 days after Easter. So that's a good sign. There is the people, what I've heard in Northeast Jackson, when they didn't have the ballots, are actually they're actually waiting to vote. So that's a good sign.
Well, when they did this, even after 7, because they have to have a judge sign off.
I think this is during the middle of the day. They were waiting.
Okay, well, I was thinking it was later in the day.
This is apparently during.
Because this happened in Hinds County back during the governor's.
Sorry, my computer went on. Go ahead, let's see.
You threw me.
Yep.
Back during the governor's election, which was 2 years? It's been 2 years. 2 years ago.
2 years now.
They ran out of ballots at that point too, and I really believe it was incompetence then. It's probably incompetence now. Yeah, I work the polls in Madison County every time we have an election. We obviously didn't have one today, but I know when we start to even think that we might be low or that we might run out, we call our election commissioner and they immediately bring another stack of ballots.
The information that's being relayed to me from the Democratic Party is that the municipal clerk runs the elections when it's a municipal election, not the circuit clerk's office. I don't know. That's what I'm told. So they're supposed to issue the ballots. I don't know how that works.
There are certain elections that are held where the party runs the election.
Yeah.
The Democrat Party runs. They're in charge of supplying the Democrat ballots, and then vice versa with the Republicans. So I know that it's that way in certain elections, and then I think other elections, I mean, I have to look it up and see if it's the Secretary of State's office that's in charge of certain ones and which and how they differ. But it's either I guess the SOS or the election commissioner for that or the party, the state party.
Well, because this is not a true general election right now. It's a Democratic primary.
It's a runoff. So I would think it.
But I heard it's run. That's what was just relayed to me before on air about the municipal clerk runs it. And of course, the first thought process to me was Chokwe, yacht, corruption. It's like I got nervous. I'm like, what do you mean 6 Northeast Jackson precincts didn't have enough ballots? That's it wasn't because like they didn't have based on the number of voters that usually vote there. They had less than that number of ballots available is what was relayed to me in those precincts, and that's scary in terms. Now, what I also was told again, this happened in the middle of the day, not like after election, the polls closed. So the people that were there waited for them to bring the ballots.
And they have ballots to bring. So that's a big part of this too, Sean. They were able to call and get ballots there. Someone was immediately able to bring more ballots.
Yeah.
Now I know back when in the governor's election, that statewide election a year and a half ago, they didn't have any more ballots to bring.
Right.
They were wanting to go and borrow ballots, or they had no way to print them. It was a shit show, to be honest. It was a mess.
So here apparently I think they got the ballots and most people stayed, so that's a good sign. That would be what we call like a last-ditch effort by Chokwe to prevent the election from being fairly conducted. Now, again, I don't know that he did anything. I'm not claiming, this is not saying he did anything, but all of it's very suspicious about why that occurred, which we'll find out later. And I'm the last, and Lindsay knows this, I am the least conspiracy
I don't find
theory.
I don't even find this suspicious. I just find this Hines County being incompetent.
Yeah. So I mean that's right. And so that's probably what happened, and hopefully everything worked out pretty well. But it seemed like people were really motivated to vote today. I think Lindsay and Kingfish said this earlier, and you and I have talked about this past. I think a lot of it is that people smell blood in the water, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, for sure.
And that there's a real chance to get rid of Chokwe Lumumba. And this is not just the white community; it's the black community as well. Everybody feels like the Lumumba power structure could be taken down tonight, and so they actually got their vote. It wasn't just apathy, like we just know he's just going to be mayor again, like in 2021. And he just won overwhelmingly. I think there's people really thought that there could be a change tonight that could happen. It looks like right now the way things are headed, I mean, it's only 21% in, but Senator Horhn has got about a 1,200 vote lead on the mayor. So that's a good sign. I don't know where those precincts are out of, who starts reporting first, but we're still stuck on that number. And also, keep tabs on that Republican primary runoff because it's 8-7 still. Maybe it'll end up like 12-10. That could be interesting.
I mean, I just want to know the letter G cannot be his last name.
Well, it's G-E-E.
Well, I mean, they have it listed here on WAPT as literally, okay, well, WAPT has it as just the letter G. WLBT has it as G-E-E.
Right, exactly, yeah. So it's an interesting number how many people actually, kind of, Lindsay, when you think about it, it counters the Lumumba, well, I guess not, because he's saying that all the Republicans that live here are actually voting in the Democratic primary.
Hey, Sean, so I'm thinking that the numbers we have coming in have to be from your district in District 7 because we've got numbers on Kevin Parkinson and Quint Withers. They're the same amount reporting.
Is it the same amount?
It's the same amount reporting.
Mine still says 0%. What do you look?
21%.
What do you look? Which side is that?
WAPT.
I'm gonna have to go to APT. Come on, WLBT, good folks. You gotta get after this.
So I'm guessing.
Last night.
I'm thinking that maybe WLBT has 21% too. I don't know what you're looking at, but they both show 21% for District 7, Ward 7 City Council, but also for in the mayor's election. So I'm guessing that these votes that we have right now showing John Horhn with
That's a good point.
That they're coming from District 7 or Ward 7.
Which is where we're sitting live from tonight, is in Ward 7, which is Bellhaven and the font.
See how smart I am?
That was a good way to put that together. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's where that's going to obviously be heavy John Horhn. There isn't a lot of Lumumba.
So that's not unexpected.
No, that wouldn't be if it's coming from this neighborhood in Fondren. You're gonna, and there's some of South Jackson in this ward too. So that may be where he's got the votes here. But this neighborhood generally is pretty. You have a mix here. It's white liberals primarily, I would say. There's Republicans.
There is like a sprinkle, a little dash of Republican here and there. Not much.
I mean, there's not like crazy ones like you, but I mean, there's like it's not like a real.
You know good and dang well I am not crazy.
And, but there's moderate Republicans in this neighborhood for sure, and
I'm not moderate either.
but it's heavily Democratic vote, so it's not like Republicans crossing over.
Oh wait, 45% reporting now,
Okay.
and showing. Oh, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. John Horn was 71%. Chokwe with 45% reporting.
Oh yeah, I'm looking on that site right now. Okay, 6,200 votes for John Horn, 2,483 for the mayor. That's 45% in, 71% for Senator Horn, and 28% for the yacht guy. So we are. That's looking good. That is looking good, folks. We're almost half of the boxes are in, and John Horn has a commanding lead over the mayor, the future convicted felon. He is, it looks like we may end this reign of terror tonight. And what a blessing that would be for everybody who lives here, I think. Not just for Jackson, but for the whole metro area, the whole state. We can actually rebuild the capital city again. And that's going to be good for everybody, I think so.
Can we save Jackson?
I think we can. If we do it right now, Chokwe Lumumba has built a culture of corruption in that office. We listened to Big Mama Bell Bonnie last night, we really both like a lot. And she described the graft, the sheer graft that's going on with the Lumumba administration.
Is that the same thing as a grift? Because I don't understand.
No, seriously, graft is like grift and graft are two different things. Graft is like political graft, like payoffs and favors, graft, political graft. A grift is like
like behind the scenes,
like Candace Owens. That's what I always say.
Whatever.
Grifted.
I love Candace Owens though.
I know you do. But so there's a lot of that. There's a lot of favors for friends, and there's favors for friends of all politicians, and we all know how that works. But there's been a lot of like who gets what grants, what nonprofit gets this. And Chokwe's been more about doling out favors than doing any work for the city of Jackson. And obviously, it built so much. He was so comfortable with doing that. You saw the picture of the yacht with him just returning.
Sean, the Republicans are now 23-21.
23. That is an interesting race. 23 and 21.
It's quite close.
Wilford Beal has taken the lead, y'all, from Kenny G. 23 to 21 votes. This is a nail biter. I mean, I don't know who's gonna. Let's see if we get to 30 votes in the Republican. Well, maybe I guess I'm using a total 60 on the Republican primary.
Looks like you over in Ward 7 are going to end up with Kevin Parkinson.
Yeah, he's built a pretty commanding lead. I did not vote for him, and I will be supporting Ron Aldridge in the general election. But yeah, it looks like he's got 681 votes to 379 for Quint Withers.
Who is Ron Aldridge?
He is the independent candidate
that's
running in this district that Pete Perry has talked to me about quite extensively.
I love Pete.
And well, Pete's not very busy tonight. Pete, you've only got a total of what 44 votes to worry about in your guys' primary. So it's a little bit of a different scenario here than what we're seeing in the Jackson mayoral runoff, which again we've got 45% in. With John Horn has got 6,200 votes. Chokwe Lumumba has 2,483. That's a 71% to 28.
51% in now.
Okay, what numbers are we looking at?
We got John Horn at 6,604 votes.
I'm seeing it.
Chokwe at 2,684. That's a 71.1% to a 28.9%.
So, what this is shaping up to be, y'all, is a commanding victory for Senator Horn. If these results now we got over half in stay the same. This is a statement to Chokwe Lumumba.
Go away. We don't believe you.
And this counters the narrative that they've used to divide the city by race. That's what they've been doing, saying that white people want Senator Horn, and it's Chokwe's here for you, and it's us versus them. Well, black and white people just said go to hell. Chokwe to that.
That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, that's
basically what they are saying.
Now, this is not the radio. This is an ass kicking of epic proportions at this point. This is, I mean, he's gonna look at these results if they hold. Now, there may be boxes in parts of Jackson that we don't know about that are gonna be heavily Lumumba. I mean, you've been eating my words in 10 minutes. I don't know, but the way things look right now, that's a huge. What is that? 43 points. 43 points, Lindsay.
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me math. I'm not math either. It's like a 43-point lead that he's got on the current incumbent, future convicted felon mayor, and so he's kicking his ass, y'all. He's kicking his ass like we all wanted. I'm not ready to pop the champagne bottles and then find it.
Y'all know what's funny is that my Chromebook that Sean just can't stand because it's a Chromebook and it's cheap and it's got all my Republican stickers on it, everything about liberty. And he's like, I hate that thing.
Yeah,
It is-
college, it's like 20 years.
It is-
Ditch the stickers.
It is updating faster than anything else we've got over here.
I know, I've got a Mac Mini right over here, and then my iPad Pro. So.
And guess what's updating first? My good old.
Well, I thought that had a pretty good setup, but I guess it's not quite as good as yours.
I'm-
As most things, you are superior. You know,
I'm
right?
so glad you realized that.
It's amazing. So, yeah, so that's what we're looking at right now. Senator John Horhn is cruising to a commanding victory with a heck of a momentum into the general election.
There's 60% reporting in the Ward 7. Quinn's coming back? Maybe not.
Quinn's the return of Quint. What did you call Quinn?
He's Dan Edney made over.
Dan Edney is who?
He took over Dobbs' spot
Oh, okay.
for the whatever they do.
Oh,
Push vaccines on people. I don't know. That's what they do.
okay.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, we're not talking about vaccines tonight.
Me and Kingfish are gonna have a good old.
The
vaccine.
city is inoculating itself from Chokwe Lumumba right now. That I can tell
That's
you.
true. That
As
is
Trump
true.
would say, that I can tell you.
That is true.
That is they are inoculating themselves from a third Lumumba term as mayor of the city of Jackson and future ruin, which is just amazing to see. So what we don't have that was on that. You're telling me in Ward 7 they're 60% in, but not as a total for the city. City right now is 51% in.
Looks like that Ward 6 is kind of close.
Who's in the Ward 6 council race? It's no, that's to replace sit at the kitty table banks.
Oh, where's my hat?
The hat is over there.
Wait, hold on. Get-
Lindsay's got to get the hat. We call Aaron Banks sit at the kitty table in ode to the movie Four Brothers, where they a similar situation where a crime lord tells the councilman to sit at the kitty table, which is what you saw Jody Owens in the FBI transcripts tell Aaron Banks when they were bribing him. So I made a hat here you can see says sit at the kitty table, Aaron, and Lindsay's got it on right now. And
Sean just loves to create stuff.
I like to joke if he hasn't noticed that. So Aaron,
No, really?
Aaron smartly did not run for re-election because he's probably going to flip on everybody shortly, I would think.
Well, because he already pled guilty, right?
No, he's not.
Oh.
But he will, and he'll flip on everybody because he got. I mean, I can admit, he got treated like a little bitch. I mean, he just did.
Yeah, he really did.
And,
What's his name was like, we're not going to give him that much money. We'll just give him 5,000.
Yeah,
You know,
Joe said that. Joe said, yeah, that's like, man, I need the other to buy cows and cars.
Because he's a whole DA.
A
A whole, not a half.
But what?
Not even a three
And that's
quarters.
something I want to talk about too. Lindsay and I were talking about that a little on here. If you're Jody Owens and you're looking at these results, the Reaper's coming for you because Chokwe Lumumba doesn't have anything to work for, to live for, essentially. He doesn't have any bargaining chip. If this holds, he is going to become a federal witness.
But
My word.
I thought what you were saying is that if he was going to do that, if he was going to flip, he should have done that prior to tonight.
No, I think he could have, but my assumption was always that holding on to the elected position, which I've seen this with several elected officials throughout the country, it's a bargaining chip for them with the feds. They can hold it, they can use it, and it's routinely done.
I swear you said he's got 3 weeks after the primary. He's got 3 weeks.
That would have been smart, but the other play is to hold the elected position, which he's attempted to do because he knows he can run. And this is the way to break this down. If he's at trial, he can say, "I'm being politically prosecuted." That was going to be his whole thing, right? That's what he sets up all the time. This is unfair. I'm being targeted. All that stuff.
Because I'm black.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Donald Trump do
White
it.
people are evil.
It was effective for him. I mean, I thought he was being wrongfully prosecuted, actually, even though I'm not a Trump guy. But but he used it.
You're an ever Trumper these days.
Political prosecutions don't work very good if you use that narrative. So I think the mayor was playing on that. He is about to lose that little chip. That narrative is about to go bye-bye to him, just like the boat went when he got off and just went off into the ocean. But or the stripper did after she took his money or his federal money. So so he's gonna lose that. And so he knows now when he wakes up tomorrow morning, he's gonna talk to his lawyer and say, "What do I need to do?" And his lawyer's gonna be like, "We need to make a deal, Chokwe."
You don't think that the lawyers already told him that?
I'm sure they have, but now it's right in front of his face. These numbers. This is it. This is real. This becomes real because no one's going to remember him after tomorrow. Like he is not going to be on the news anymore. The only time you're going to hear about him on the news is when they're updating his trial date, or something like that. That's not. So he's going to lose all that political clout he's got, all those friends, all those people that give him money. That's all gone. All that's bye-bye. Loses all of that. That's going away. He doesn't have any of those kind of favors anymore that he can dole out. They're not going to care about him anymore. He's going to be yesterday's news. So the only thing he does have is the ability to testify for the federal government, which is what he's probably going to try to work out. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm just saying that's what he's going to try to work out.
I really wonder what Angelique and Aaron are doing tonight as they watch these numbers come in. You think they're like celebrating or?
Oh, Angelique ain't going to jail. She's not going to jail.
Well, she did the least of any of them. She just wanted some clothes. She just wanted some Christian Louis Vuittons. I mean, she just wanted to show off that red bottom.
Yeah. I mean,
of a shoe.
What were the pants? I always get this wrong with pants.
I don't remember. All I remember were the Christian Louis Vuittons because you kept mistaking that and calling it Louis Vuitton as in the purse. I was like, no, it's not the same thing. And
how am I supposed to know that?
I don't know.
I just don't know what Maison White sells. I mean, I've never been in there.
Well, I haven't either. I just found knockoff.
Right. Team U. Here you go. But
Sheen.
So Aaron Banks is going to join the Angelique Lee faction here shortly. I'm sure that's coming. And Chokwe Lumumba may join them too. So
join.
It's going to be
prisoners and
it's going to be like the Jody Chokwe Hunger Games. Like that's what you're going to kind of see. So who's going to rat on who? And I think it's going to be the mayor. That's my guess.
Think he's going to
the former mayor?
Because Jody's got another year.
He's not up for re-election until 2027.
Right, so he's got a while.
Yeah, he has a while. He's got another 2.5 years or year and a half, whatever. Sorry, office. I mean, he got DAs are up for election same time as the governor statewide. So
okay.
So he's got another year and a half. Is that it? No, 2 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
2.5 years. So he's a lot of time. But he's about to have a defector here shortly. I mean, I will just be amazingly shocked if he goes to trial, he's gonna be the stupidest son of a bitch you ever heard of with all this stuff, all the evidence they have. At least
he's innocent. He is innocent.
He's crazy. He's got to flip. He has to flip. He knows he's got to flip. I don't know if his information is going to be good enough for the federal government. That's up to them. I don't know what he has or what he else he's done.
Well, I know exactly what he's got.
You know everything?
Yes, I know exactly what he's got. Jody told me he checked these guys out. They were not FBI.
That's right. Jody
got bad.
Jody should not be your background checker. That's it.
Obviously not.
Check these guys out. They ain't feds. Yeah, well, it happens that they were, unfortunately for them. But fortunately for the city of Jackson, that was found out. Thank you, FBI, by the way. We appreciate your efforts. You guys did a great job. So that's what's going to happen. I mean, if he loses this election, which it looks like he's going to, that we're headed in that direction, then watch for things to start moving in that federal case. It's going to be really, really fascinating what happens because nobody's going to be talking. I mean, WLBT's not going to be interviewing him every week, and nobody's going to care. There might be some independent newspaper that writes an article about the plight of the former mayor, but that's about it.
I wish we could take phone calls and have everyone tell us what is your favorite Chokwe moment in the last 12 years? What is it?
8 years. 8 years.
Oh, is it 8?
Yes, it feels like 20, but it's 8.
What is the best thing he's done in the last 8 years?
I mean, he was able to coax $5,000 out of the FBI agents for the strip club. That's pretty cool.
I don't think he coaxed that. I think they just gave it.
No.
Gladly took it.
In the transcript, it says that they requested it for the mayor. He wanted the $5,000.
Who requested it?
I don't know if it was Jody or whoever else was with them or one of the security guys. I have no idea, but it did say that. I did read that. So the mayor needed $5,000 to get into the champagne room.
Big Mama would be like, "Look,
he needed that $5,000 to get in the champagne room.
Where is your wife? Where is your wife?"
Do you think he's gonna be going to many champagne rooms anymore? I mean,
maybe tea over here in Fondren. He likes those Fondren teas, I think.
I don't think they have one at Lewisburg Federal Prison.
Why would he be in Lewisburg? What is that?
That's a federal prison. It's kind of famous. I don't think those federal facilities, they have champagne rooms, unfortunately.
Probably not.
So he's gonna have some issues. So we'll see, but it's gonna be an interesting time after tomorrow. What we see in terms of that federal case, everybody watch out for that.
He's still got how long until it changes hands?
Well, if after he will, I think the new mayor will be sworn in on July 1st. I believe that's right.
That's not too long. So when is the next election? When is the
June 3rd or 6th, something like that? I can't remember. One of those two. It's what's what call it, but let's go the
66% in.
66%.
John Horhn with 10,168. Chokwe with 3,868. So it's 72.4% to 27.6%.
And that's with 66 reporting, 72% to 27.6. Okay, well, John Horhn is the winner of the Democratic runoff.
Kenny G has gone down. It's now 37 votes to 31 votes.
No, he's winning though. Kenny G's winning.
No, he's winning. That's what I meant. I mean, the voting has split further. It was like one vote apart.
Oh, yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm taking a break here trying to look at these numbers here. So 72-66 reporting. Yeah, Lindsay. I mean,
Is it over? You think?
John Horhn is the winner of the Democratic runoff. That is, I don't see how it's possible with
They could come back.
It would be a shocking with this kind of a margin.
They haven't called it yet.
No, they haven't called it, but I imagine the call is going to come shortly because I mean, you're talking about he's up about a little over 6,000 votes right now.
We're just an hour and a half since the polls closed too. That's quick.
Yeah, with what 34% left to report. Chokwe is going to have to win too many of those boxes to overcome that. So look, I'm not ready to 100% say this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's over, but y'all, we've we maybe escaped the reign of terror, and that's going to end here shortly, officially. And thanks to everybody who assisted in this. I think there's been a lot of us that have spent time on doing this and really fighting against what has gone on in the city that we all really care about, and the things that have happened to it over the last 8 years, and all the people that have died, and all the people that have been toxic, for the water and got health problems. And I'm sorry I didn't say that right, but all the people that have had to pay for their car repairs from the roads, and just the list goes on and on of the problems that we always have in Jackson. But it looks like, and I'm not saying that doesn't mean that it just all ends and that's enter, but at least this is a step in the right direction that this may end and go forward. So
I was trying to look up the numbers from the.
Yeah, we're still at 66. And congratulations to Senator Horhn, who ran a really tough race and really worked, and to have this kind of commanding lead, I'll call it. I don't really want to call it a victory because it's about to be a victory, but that's just amazing, Senator Horhn. We all wish you the best. As you probably most likely become the next mayor of Jackson. I would say you've got a lot of work ahead of you to un-F the mess that the Lumumba administration has left here. So I think that.
Well, I was trying to look and see what the numbers were, like how many people voted 3 weeks ago
versus now,
what we're seeing now, to see if there's that. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I'm trying to find it.
So I mean, but this is, I mean, it's a. And I said this earlier, it counters the narrative that we heard about this was just a white people thing. Like all those people that told you that were liars. They're all liars and pariahs on the city of Jackson. Everybody who said that, and they were pariahs not just against white people, but against all people of all races and colors and creeds. They wanted to separate the city by race, and they were doing what the white segregationists did back in the 50s and 60s. And that strategy, in the end, always fails. And those people that did that should be ashamed of themselves. But you just got a FU to you that did that crap. And you guys can go into hiding now, because I think you're probably going to need to, because the political winds have changed. So think about that, because now you're not welcome anymore from trying to pull that. So I would go into maybe move to Rankin County and hide, or do whatever you got to do, because crap you pulled and tried to destroy the city for your own benefit, and that's exactly what you did. And we all saw that. And you tried to make white people and black people hate each other, which is something we've moved so far past over the decades, especially in this state. It's disgusting. And you should be ashamed of yourself and get the F out of the city. So I hope everybody, thinks about that, for all those people that did that. And you can go and you can load up with Chokwe and go to Detroit, where the hell you got to go. But this city is bad for white and black people. So
it's bad for both people.
No,
What do you
back. I said back.
Back. Oh.
So nope, the number's still saying.
So, okay, in the recent April 1st primary election, fewer than 1/4 of Jackson's registered voters headed to the polls. So
do we have numbers on that? Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to find them.
So we should be better prepared, right, for doing election night. And my fault too. I'm trying to things here. Lindsay's doing a better job actually than me.
What else is new?
Yeah,
What else?
shocking.
Sean and them. Sean and them.
Yeah, that's it. So I just, I don't have the article up here about.
I sent it to you from Mississippi Today, like just a while back, but I'm looking at to see if we can figure out what these numbers are.
Do we have any new numbers, or is anything going on? I mean, I found an
Still
article about
66.
Chokwe Lumumba is really a conservative.
No, that's
He's going to want
we
to tell
all.
his cellmate
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So, I'm really conservative. I'm not LGBT because that's what he's going to be worried about. So, yeah.
So it was April 1st. Let's see.
I don't have the breakdown of the.
I'm looking for it.
Look at that one. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, we are on our way. We're rolling on our way to the end of this reign of terror. I know I keep repeating myself because I'm trying to find out things to talk about.
Well,
this is
we
looking
have
so
a whole
good.
list of things that Chokwe did that were great.
Do we? Well,
I sent it to you.
yeah, I know. We have the list. The list, though, almost now at this point feels like, whatever. He's done.
Okay, I found it.
Okay, what is it? What are the numbers we're looking at? Let's see.
Okay, so on April 1st, nearly 26,000 Jackson residents voted in the Democrat primary. Let's see here.
We got some.
He won 79 of Jackson's 82%. Let's see.
I've got the charts up now. I actually finally found the article. Yes, Mississippi Today actually did a great job on this, which is something I don't usually say about them.
They're horrible. Don't believe anything you hear about them because they're not great.
But they did, with this article, they did a really good job. And how Horn had, basically whipped that ass in the primary, which apparently he's doing more of a better job right now. Of course, there's not as many people in it. So it's just him versus the future convicted felon. And it just, citywide, it was 12,359 votes for Horn in the primary, 4,285 for the future convicted felon. And right now we're running less than that total, it looks like.
But with 66% in. So that's what I'm saying. I was thinking it was going to be closer than anyone thought. And I think I was right about that. I think it really is going to be, there were a lot more people that turned out for the runoff than we originally thought. How many voted altogether? I just said it.
Something like, I think what we're looking at when somebody that was around, I don't know. I don't have to shoot. I don't have those.
I just said it, but then
yeah. What we're looking at though is that it looks like I think we might. Well, I don't know if you can in the other candidates to see whether we're gonna have a higher. I think it's gonna be close to it, or maybe it'll just a tad higher than a turnout for this runoff than we had in the primaries. Looking like that, I can't tell yet. Because we're still, like I said, we're at 66, and right now we got a total of about 14,000 total votes, where 10,168 of those for Senator Horn, 3,868 are for the future convicted felon, and that's what I'm referring to now. We're still stuck at that 66 number. We should have those. I'm sure those boxes should be coming in here really shortly, though. I'm thinking, and I'm surprised they.
I feel like they'll call it as soon as they get just a little bit more.
9 o'clock, like I was saying when we started. I think before 9 o'clock we're probably gonna have it. If you look at right here, Ward 2, which is where Chokwe's dad was the councilman before he was mayor in the early 2010s.
Oh, I know. Evernote. We'll have it right there because we put it in there.
Yeah, and Chokwe received only 22% of the vote, where Horn got 44% in Ward 2, which is really Chokwe's home turf. It's Ward 2, and he got beat down in Ward 2, which is predominantly black, obviously. It just countered his narratives to this whole thing. If you took Ward 1 out, which is where he said all the Republican votes are, where his house butts up against to that ward because he lives in Northeast Jackson, and in a nice gated mansion that he can't afford anymore, that it would only, if you took that out, it only reduced Horn from 48 to 44%, and Chokwe would bump up 2 points to like 19%. So he still got his ass kicked, even if he didn't have Ward 1. And he just doesn't want to admit that, like, guess what? Black people don't like me because they want things like water and no crime and garbage, just like white people want.
The final totals for the primary were John Horn 11,909 votes, Chokwe 4,124 votes.
Right, that's the number. Yeah, the ones I just read off on that. Right.
Oh,
not the total vote because there were so many more candidates. That's what. Yeah, with all. So that's what
24,591.
That's a total vote number from the primary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that number tonight. I don't see that.
Well, I mean, we have like over half in,
Yeah, we got 66% in, so I don't know if you're going to see that.
but it's going to be closer than a lot of people thought to that number, you know?
Yeah, not the election is not close at all.
No. I mean, but to the amount of people who voted, like more people came out and voted
Then you would have thought.
than
Sure.
most people expected. That's what I was meaning.
I think you'll get close to maybe 18, 19,000 votes, probably.
But there's usually a big drop off
Sure,
from the
absolutely.
primary to 3 weeks later. People don't want to go back out to the polls.
Yeah, there's a drop off. Hey, and there's enough time for all those folks that supported Chokwe and were race baiting to leave the city now. You can go.
David Archie,
Bye. Go.
Other Kane,
Bye. Because
Kamikaze.
it's like this should sound like the way this broadcast is the way like Iraqi TV or their broadcast should be like Iraqi TV when the U.S. invaded. Like get out, run, go. That's the way it should be because that's the way you should be feeling now for the crap that you pulled on all of us and you didn't care about all the mothers, children that are dying every week. Didn't care about that. Didn't care about babies drinking safe water. Didn't care about that. Didn't care about schools that did well. You didn't care about the infrastructure. You didn't care about any of that. You care about your own pocketbooks, your own political clout. Well, you are about to lose and lose amazingly bad.
Well, they've called some elections.
As Trump would say, this is a huge defeat, right? That's what he would say. Like no one has ever seen before, right? I'm trying to use Trumpisms here. And that's another thing. They were saying that all of the Trump supporters were doing this. I hope they were. I hope they got you.
Belzona has a new Democrat mayor candidate with 325 votes. Takes the lead. Has won. They've called it. Durant, you've got a new Ward 3 alderman.
That's really exciting, Lindsay. Thank you. Durant.
They've called them.
Live in Ward 3 in Durant.
You have a new alderman.
Wards in Durant. That's crazy. Okay.
I don't know. You thought Durant was Yazoo.
So, but so Kenny G is still winning. If anybody cares about the Republican primary, 37-31. Come on, Kenny. Your music's great. We love it. It's terrific. It's terrific. Come on, Kenny G. 37-31.
Somebody tell WAPT they need to change his last name.
What?
They just have G.
Oh, they just
have a letter.
That's funny. I mean, if they're doing that. So are we still stuck in that 66 number? Yeah, that's all I'm seeing on most websites, the 66 number.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting, y'all, just like y'all are. Or maybe you guys are probably doing cooler stuff than us.
Probably. Nobody's as dirty as we are.
Yeah, we're constantly refreshing the page. Hopefully things change. I mean, hopefully things get more popular. Not that they change. I don't want them to change. They need to stay on this trajectory because I want to see a bunch of folks out there packing their bags. Who's got to be really happy about this? Our buddy Stephen O'Neill over at the Mansion.
Oh yeah.
By the way, you should go to the Mansion. It's a great restaurant. Lindsay and I go there all the time.
All the time.
And
he gets all our money.
He gets all my money, and it's a lot. So it's a lot of money I spent. But it's a great place. It's worth it. Stephen has been so unfairly attacked by Arthur Kane and the crew and the mayor. Even I saw the mayor doing that. I wonder how you feel.
Did Chokwe actually say something about Stephen?
Yeah, we watched on it live. He was basically calling him a racist. Essentially, is what I took that.
Ridiculous because he picked another black guy over him. He's a racist.
Well, I think he's made a comment about the St. Patty's Day shooting and all that stuff that happened, and that made Arthur and the mayor mad. Well, I mean, they could be crying mad right now. They should be crying. I wonder if they're crying.
Do you think Arthur's live?
I wonder if he's live crying. Can you pull it up on Facebook somewhere?
We can
and see if
see
he's
him cry into his wine glass.
Hope he's crying. God, I hope he's crying. Somebody find out if Arthur Kane and David Archie are crying, please, and text us into this. And we love to hear about that. I want to hear about if they're crying. Does anybody have a live feed to the Chokwe Lumumba
After
campaign party? Because where is that? I want to see some visuals from the Chokwe Lumumba campaign party looking at these numbers. Is he going to ask for a recount? I don't think he can do that. Is he going to ask for a recount?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Arthur is live.
He's live.
He's live. He's got more people watching him too.
There you go. I mean, yeah. I want to watch like somebody's destruction too, right? I mean, that would be probably really entertaining for us.
Well, I thought it would be fun to ask ChatGPT, what are the 10 worst things that have happened under Chokwe Lumumba.
We got 86% in, Lindsay.
Uh-oh.
John Horhn, 14,693 votes. Chokwe Lumumba, 5,168. That's 74% to 20. They got to
call it now,
It's
right?
gone up. It is 86% in. This thing is over. It is about to be called. There is no way.
Surely they will call that.
This is going to be called, ladies and gentlemen. This is over. John Horhn is going to be the Democratic nominee for mayor in Jackson. Chokwe Lumumba is going to go to the House.
Or to the prison.
To the federal prison. And it's a kind of, I want these stations to call this. We got 86%
call it.
in the vote.
We need a check mark.
With 74% for Senator Horn and 5,000 or 26% for the future convicted felon. 14,693 votes to 5,001.
Do y'all know how difficult it is in the state of Mississippi to lose an election as the incumbent? It's hard to do. I mean, Mississippians, for some reason, they have it in their head that they automatically have to vote for the incumbent no matter what. This is this is huge.
This is such an ass kicking that it's a.
Kenny G's up to 77.
Kenny G's got said, all right, Kenny, go Kenny. But what are Kenny G's songs? I don't even know.
I don't either.
My aunt used to listen to that in like the 90s. I just can't remember what Kenny G's like himself. Didn't he have like a flute or something?
I don't know.
What was it? I think it was.
It's Quinn. I was pulling for you.
Is Quinn losing?
Yeah.
So Kevin Parkinson is going to be the Democratic.
Well, it's 55% to 45%.
And it's closer than Chokwe's.
87%.
You know.
87% reported.
I'm gonna post on Facebook and call it.
No, you do. You can't do that until we see a check mark. You can't do
Why?
nothing.
Why are we gonna wait for the stations? They're late on everything. They're always late.
Because they're the officials. We're not officials.
They're late. They're wrong. You know.
They're not wrong. Nobody said they were wrong.
They could call it. It's 86% is in. How's he gonna? Where's he gonna get the votes from the zoo? I mean, you know.
Possibly.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's no way for him to get the votes. Yeah, it's
I mean, there might be some absentees that count.
Absentees. Sorry. Is he gonna call for the absentee votes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
I want a recount.
Oh my god, he's gonna call for the absentees. That's hilarious. I'm trying to find her. Again, you see the comments on the live. It's pretty funny.
Are people commenting?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked.
That's it. So he is getting his ass kicked like a MFer, folks, and it is my favorite election of all time. I know my Trump friends love that one, and I love the Obama 08.
Oh, I loved this past election. We said Biden packing.
Yeah, I know you love that, but this is more impactful to
All
me
7 swing states. All 7 swing states.
Yeah, it's great.
Went Republican, John. All 7 of them.
Terrific. But right now,
Popular vote.
We've gotten rid of the tyrant, and it's
electoral and popular.
It's been a long time coming for this. This has just been this is an amazing victory through seeing this city. You know, a city that I work for the county, but it was the prosecution I did work the city of Jackson, and having to talk to victims of crime for 10 years about their kids getting killed. You know, well, where are you after a while? And when you see another man that's supposed to try to reduce that, which is the mayor of Jackson, and just cause an absolute genocide in the city.
Sean, you know what I just thought about? This is the very first time in my life that I'm going to be celebrating that the conservative lost.
So, yeah, that's what Chokwe is, the conservative. Again, he's going to have to say that to his cellmate. I'm conservative. I can't have anal sex with you.
I don't think he gets a choice, does he?
Probably not. Not with Bubba or whoever it is. You know?
Bubba.
I mean, is that like the general cellmate name, Bubba?
I don't know. I think Bubba's the name for a lot of people in Mississippi.
I don't know. I always thought that was a cellmate name, Bubba. Bubba the cellmate.
Is this really his picture? Yeah, Stop it.
Yeah, oh, if you're going to be drinking that wine now, buddy, you're packing your car and leaving town. That's what I would do. Because, you know, there's a new sheriff in town shortly, and his name is John Horhn. So that's
I mean, I'm not happy about that. I hope that there's somehow, some way.
I'm happy as an MFer. I don't care.
I hope that an independent can somehow pull it off.
I don't care if it was a one-legged busboy. I'd be like, one-legged busboy is the new sheriff in town. Like, I don't care at all. Like, that's fine with me. Like, this is just such a good moment that I've been waiting for forever. Like, it's just, you know, I don't know. Do we have any fireworks or anything? I mean, the liquor store. You could run to the liquor store and get some champagne.
I'm not going back over there by myself.
You know what? Why now? Chokwe is not going to be mayor, so it's safe. Jackson's safe. It's safe. It's perfectly safe.
Not if he's still mayor for now.
And think also, if you're the police is like gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, man, we can do our jobs and shit. This is crazy.
Well, unless they're afraid of being indicted by the AG's
the
office.
Republican AG, your people are going to indict.
I have been very
but
vocal
us
about that.
Democrats under the new regime will not do that. So that's what they will not happen. It's your Republican AG that will do that. So
this has been your Democrat mayor who has run the city in the round the way that he has.
we
So
took him out.
don't you do that.
With assistance from Republicans, we took him out. That's right. All the Republicans voted against you, Chokwe. I know you're gonna hit that.
Absolutely.
It's too late now.
Carpools, not carjackings.
Right. They all voted.
It works. Jill's.
They were wearing a MAGA hat when they voted the Democratic primary. Like and it took selfies. That's how bad it was, Chokwe.
They were not.
Whatever. It sounds good. Like that's what they were doing. So everybody was excited to vote against you, whether they were the most leftist liberal, the most
Why have they not?
MAGA Trump guy, like everybody, like this is a very bipartisan moment, actually, if you think about it, because everybody of different political ilks all agreed that Chokwe Lumumba was a total piece of shit. And they said, you know what? They came together and said, we don't have to agree on jack crap, except that this guy sucks. And they all came together and they all did it. And it is, I don't care. It's over. Like, if I'm wrong, and I actually feel stupid as shit, but I mean, it's 86% in, 74% of the vote.
I just don't understand why they haven't called it yet.
You know, maybe there's some secret Chokwe people there. They're like, don't call it yet. The mayor's, he's still got a chance. Here, the Chokwe, y'all, is probably like, if you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit with the Hillary Clinton supporters in 2016, they're like, certain folks vote late. All Michigan precincts aren't in yet. Oh my God, this is not happening. They all like melt and stuff. That's what's happening.
Or you can have a big percentage and then see this overwhelmingly go to sleep and wake up and it's completely off.
I don't think we're going to go to sleep. I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock.
Like it happened in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. I don't think Chokwe is getting mail-in ballots. I don't think that's happening.
Man, I really want to know if he planned a party. Is he at a party right now?
Chokwe, you should have what is that place that Trump had the press conference, or Rudy Giuliani, that landscaping place? Chokwe, you should have a press conference with David Archie and Other tomorrow in front of Greenbrook Flowers, talking about how the election was stolen. That's what you need to do when you got your ass kicked like this. And this is like this is embarrassing shit. Like,
I wonder if Big Mama's alive.
I mean, I'm looking at this like it's just gotta hurt. Does it hurt? Do you feel bad right now? Like, it's got to hurt that everybody in the city of Jackson thought you did such a bad job that people that literally wear MAGA hats.
Other turned the comments off on his live.
Yeah, they did. People that wear MAGA hats and LGBT pride shirts voted together in a block to beat your ass. Like, literally, that's how much you suck.
What did you just say?
Like, that's what happened.
It did not.
I guarantee you there were Trump voters and far left liberals that all voted for John Horhn today.
That might be true, but
I guarantee you that. I know it. I know that happened. I know
they weren't in pride shirts and
they might have been wearing a pride shirt. I bet somebody was wearing a MAGA hat and somebody was wearing a pride shirt that voted for John Horhn today.
You can't even vote in that.
Why can't you wear a MAGA hat?
You can't. No, not to vote. No.
I thought that's only like if they're on the ballot.
You can't. No, you cannot go in and vote with a.
If you wear a pride shirt.
Probably, but that needs to be banned too.
If you wear a pride shirt, so somebody in the pride shirt and the guy that had the MAGA hat in his truck,
that's going to be my next mission.
All voted for John Horhn today.
Ban all pride shirts.
And like the dude that like has a rap studio in his office, that dude also voted for John Horhn. Like, everybody that's completely different voted for John Horhn because, and you know how I know that? Because I'm looking at these numbers right here that say 74% for John Horhn, 26% for Chokwe Lumumba, 86% in. There's only one conclusion you can come
Don't
to.
you think that's what
Only
happened in
one.
the presidential election too?
Yeah,
They all banded together because of your people being so daggum
That's
radical and crazy.
I mean, what was my people? I mean, you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016.
You are such a lot. Why do you do that? Oh my God, he makes me so mad. I have
Secret
never.
Hillary voter over here, y'all.
Sean?
That's it. Secret Hillary voter.
You know good and damn well I have never voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Kanye.
Okay. So
I did not vote for Hillary Clinton.
she likes it.
No, I didn't.
She's
You're such a liar. Benghazi. That's all I gotta say. Benghazi. Email.
She just said that.
Sean, stop lying to these people.
I'm gonna use that joke forever.
Because it's a lie. You can't use a joke as you can't use a lie as a joke.
It's all right.
I'm gonna send you over to Paige. Let her handle you.
What's Hillary doing these days anyway? All kidding aside, My point of this whole is though that people of all different political ilks came together and did something together. It's amazing, right? We all get together, agree on something, what we can do. Look what we've done. We've got rid of the biggest cancer on the city of Jackson in its history. Like we've done that together. People bounded together to do something like that. That all disagreed with each other and don't hang out with each other, don't know each other. Just they all said, you know what? This guy sucks, right? He's terrible. Like this city is in horrible shape because of him. People have died because of him. We didn't get our trash picked up because of him. Kids got toxic water because of him. So everybody agreed on one thing. So it's amazing when we all work together what we can do. So congratulations to all. Thank you for everybody that got out there and voted today too. By the way, that's a great thing that you guys really cared enough. Get out there and actually cast your ballots and actually vote.
We were a little. Oh, Kara says that Chokwe just arrived. He is talking to his supporters.
Is he conceding?
He is talking to his supporters right now, and then he will talk to media.
Oh.
Thank you, Kara.
See, that's why I was calling it. That's why I was calling it, because it was time. It's over. I mean, so yeah, there we go. So Chokwe Lumumba is going to talk to supporters and talk about
That was 2 minutes ago, so that's what he's doing
about
now,
how
and then we'll talk to media.
his reign of terror is over, and how I'm sure he's about to concede the election to
To somebody who might not be a whole lot better. Everybody get out and vote in the general for the independent candidate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, whoever you want to vote for, I believe John Horhn will be the next mayor of Jackson.
Okay, well, tell me something good he's done in the legislature.
Well, I don't really
That's
care about
how
that.
many
Well, I'd say something good he did tonight. Okay, he did enough for me tonight for me to say I want him to be mayor of Jackson. So he did
And
enough
Sean,
tonight.
let me tell y'all, Sean almost wasn't able to vote because he couldn't find his wallet. All day long, he's been looking for his wallet everywhere. And where did you find it? The floor of your office?
It was the floor of my office. Fell on my pants or something.
I don't know. When I'm not around to make sure he's in line, and just
Yeah, it's bad.
it's bad. I walk in, the house is like burning down. I can find their wallet. I'm like, ugh.
So I want to is there a Chokwe motorcade, where they go up to where's your supporters at, by the way?
I don't know. Let me
In front of the federal prison?
Yeah.
Is that where they are? Free Chokwe. Is that what they're doing? I mean, I just want to know can somebody text one of us to tell us where Chokwe's can Kara do that from WWT, by the way. She does a great job.
She does an amazing job.
It's terrific. If she can tell us, or somebody can tell us where, because we don't have, it's not, we got the TV on over there and we're not seeing his him coming to his party yet. So I want to see that.
I want to see him put a check mark.
I just want to see Chokwe cry.
I just want to see them put the check mark by his name and call it. I want to see it be called. That's when you can really, really say it's over, is when it's called.
No, we're saying, I mean, if he's talking to supporters, it's over. Well, Lindsay, the numbers are clear here.
I get it.
I mean, there's just no way to. I mean, he ain't. And where's he gonna get the votes from? Like you said,
Kara said
the monkey's gonna attack the zookeeper and gonna collect the votes.
Kara said that we can watch it on Fox 40 at 9 or WWT at 10.
Okay, that's what we're.
So that's what's about to happen in just a few minutes here.
Okay, so y'all, we're gonna have a Chokwe Lumumba concession speech.
Is that what's gonna happen over there?
I'm assuming that's what we're looking at here, right? The Chokwe Lumumba. I'm trying to scroll the TV.
Do you have Fox 40?
Yeah,
you said Fox 40.
I got Fox 40. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll upgrade my package if I got to see.
You have 3 minutes to do that.
Whatever I gotta do, does it cost me? I don't care. It costs $1,000. I want to see this son of a bitch freaking conceive.
You really should have gotten shit. We could have popped champagne and.
I know. I really wish we had done that. Yeah, that would work.
We could Instacart it.
Yeah, Instacart. Do they do that?
Heck yeah.
They Instacart. Of course, if they Instacart liquor, right? I did not know they do that. I guess I'm old school. I go to the liquor store. Actually, Cat's across the street from my house, y'all, which is another great establishment, Jackson establishment. You should go to it. Wonderful liquor store. Been there forever. Yeah, I think I don't even know which one's Fox 40. I can't even see.
I don't know.
What we got?
I'm not sure. But yeah, y'all. I mean.
Oh, here it is. Yes, it is. I found it. Okay.
Kara's done a great job of talking about election results, and she does the live every day on WWT Plus. So y'all definitely check her out because she is on it. She interviewed, and that had to be hard to sit through, Sean. Don't you think, to interview every single one of those candidates for mayor?
Yeah. No, it was very good work.
She's done an incredible job.
And I give credit to WWT and her for giving them a voice. They're wonderful.
They called it.
Called it.
98% in. He won with 75% of the vote.
98% in. 75% to 25. That is one of the biggest ass kicking I've ever seen.
That's way more than in the original, not the primary.
Yeah, I mean, he was at 48%, but I mean, there was so many, 500 other candidates, so that kind of 75%.
That allegedly were paid by some of the Chokwe people to spread the vote.
Yeah, so 75% to 25%. Ooh,
that was yeah, that can't feel good. That cannot feel good.
You should take this screenshot, Chokwe, to federal prison with you. Look at it, in times, and just kind of reminisce about what the citizens of Jackson think you did such a shitty job that every one of them pretty much voted against you. Were there 5,900 people that like those? I mean, were those real votes? I mean, those are illegal immigrants. It's the right, the only I like to say.
Those are what's eating the dogs and cats.
Those are what's eating the dogs and cats. That's who did it. That's who voted for Chokwe. 17,769 to 5,904 votes. I'd like to look at the history of Jackson elections. I know this is one of the, at least ones that were like seriously contested. I know there's been ones where like they're not, and obviously the incumbent just wins overwhelmingly. But here, this is an incumbent getting beat by a challenger and getting beat down like a little bitch. And that's exactly what happened. He got beat down. I mean, he's not going to be able to afford all that really nice wardrobe he's got anymore if he's not.
I don't know. I just wonder how much money they got hidden back in these nonprofits and these, who knows? I
mean, what does he, do you think he's
probably got some cows. They probably bought some cows and some cars that they're keeping just, in order.
I mean, his big mama says, does his side piece stay with him after this? Or like, is it Chucky? Chucky, was it just about the power and money that you don't have anymore?
Chucky, you're going to be rolling around in all that garbage you wouldn't pick up with all that nasty boo-boo water that you didn't want to clean up.
It's amazing how, like,
Chucky. Oh, here it is.
Oh, now they're on the TV right now. They're WLBT, which is via Fox 40, is they're calling the election.
Great job. WLBT, y'all were so ahead of WAPT. I have both of you guys pulled up on screen here, screen there, and WLBT was like lightning speed fast, much faster than WAPT.
And Kingfish tells me it's usually the AP that called it.
So. Well, WWT has called it, whoever called it here. But I mean, if we've got 98% of votes in, and it is 75 to 25,
yeah, I mean, it's over.
It's over. It's done.
It is completely over. So now they're calling. Yeah, right now they check marks on the screen.
Yep.
John Horhn 75%, Chokwe Lumumba 25%. The reign of terror is over in the city of Jackson.
And how is he going to afford to get his hair cut like that? And who's going to dye the bottom of his beard the way that they do?
That was the Ice House. Is that Chokwe's place? The Ice House?
Where's the Ice House? Where's the Ice House?
It's downtown, kind of close to Cat Head.
Let's go.
Well,
let's go over there.
I think it's funny that he's having his party at the Ice House because he just got put on ice.
I really think we should go over there.
He just got put on
ice. You think
they'd
let us in?
Yeah, I'm not going over there too much. Shoot me. So the Chokwe Lumumba is having his party at the Ice House, which again is very ironic considering the voters of Jackson just put him on ice. So that is great.
You've been frozen out.
That is great. He just got put on ice and set his party at Ice House. That's just amazing. Jesus. Well, the good thing, y'all, we're not gonna have to hear from him anymore until his trial. Like, no more news interviews, no more, except for tonight, maybe tomorrow. He'll probably write an op-ed about how the Republicans were evil and everybody's a racist or some shit like that.
I'm sure.
I mean, it'll be something like that. And never we forget because the news cycles move so quick.
Well, it does look like Kevin Parkinson has taken Ward 7 council seat. And they haven't called it yet for the Republican. Not for the Republican. Kenny G does have 64% of the vote. They have not called that yet, considering there were like 100.
Kenny G is whipping that ass down.
150 people voted in that Republican runoff. That's sad. Republicans, come on, where are you?
They all voted in the Democratic primary.
See, I don't. Y'all believe in that crossover voting.
I did I went to when I was voting today, and I saw the lady. She was the Republican primary lady, and she was just sitting there like falling asleep because nobody was
coming over there. And that's a long day too. I mean, you sit there for Where'd you get your sticker? You don't have your sticker
Oh,
on.
it's on my shirt. Yeah.
Where is his
John
the
Horhn says
rookery?
the rookery. He's about to.
Let's how many white Republicans are up in there?
Yeah, that's a lot of white Republicans. Important. But the well, but maybe the mayor. He had some validity. I mean, obviously nobody voted the Republican.
Oh, they're dancing up in there.
So yeah, that's crazy. And then
Is that
CJ
CJ?
is on covering that live. I want to see Chokwe's party though. Like John.
Is that him?
That's John Horhn. That's his dad, I think.
I was like, I knew he was old, but is he that old?
I'll take the dude in the wheelchair, right? I don't care. Like, but it is over, everybody. It's over. All this time, all this heartache, all this devastation of the city is over. Finally.
I wonder if Chokwe's wife, his wife will leave him now that he's.
Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
She's a pretty woman. Like, what is she doing?
She's gone. She's gone, man. She's gone. He's gonna. When Chokwe puts some of those outfits on eBay tomorrow, he's gonna raise money for his local defense fund. That's.
But I've been told that a lot of his campaign donations actually didn't go to campaign donation funds, and he still has not filed his latest report. I mean, he's done it.
Let him keep the money at this point.
But I've been told he wants to use that money for his legal.
I mean, I want to know, like, what is the Chokwe Lumumba concession speech?
I mean, I'm ready to hear that for sure.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of Jackson. I got my ass totally kicked. I mean, I got beat like a redheaded stepchild. Like, what do you say? It's so bad.
I deserve this. I've let your kids die in the street. I gave you awful water that made you sick. I let your trash pile up. I let the school system go to hell. It was probably already
bad. I mean, it's amazing. But I want to see it because I want to see the destruction of man, like the man, like who's destroyed the city. Like I want to see him, just like
we saw how we saw Hector.
Like Hector. But see, Hector's bad. Don't get me wrong. But Chokwe, it's caused a lot of people to die. I mean, he really has. And I just want to see him just melting right now. Like, so if everybody, you guys do get a chance.
I mean, I think we're going to see that in a few minutes.
We want to see the former mayor, to soon to be former mayor, melt.
Yeah, he's still mayor for a few more months.
The former mayor. Oh, look, Kenny G. And
they haven't called that one yet.
97 votes for Kenny G to 56 for Wilford Beal, 63 to 37. They have not called that.
So 153 Republicans voted today.
Yeah, that's
in Hinds County.
That's incredible. So, but we've all, we've seen an end to a horrible era in the city, and it's time for all of us to get to work and to help
and to get the independent elected.
Senator Horhn, I believe will probably be the next mayor of Jackson. Rebuild the city. I think it's we want our city back. We want everybody to have a safe city. I think that's what we need to do.
Oh, we just got a message from Nick Bain, our friend, former representative, who I believe will hold a higher position at some point. But he said, "Congrats, you all played a big role in helping save Jackson." So thank you, Nick.
Thanks to everybody that worked, really hard to do this. It was quite a momentous effort. And like I said, I really credit the most the voters of Jackson, who I think, myself included, didn't think. I thought maybe some of the rhetoric would have worked. I didn't know. I didn't realize that everybody really could come together and see something for what it was. I guess my apathy is growing in my age.
Well, you and I both kind of thought in the primary that Chokwe really was going to end up being the front runner.
Yeah, I thought so.
So I think we were both pleasantly surprised that people actually were awake and seeing what was happening and got out and voted and made their voices heard and said, we're not going to stand for this any longer. That's the only way we can do it, people. That's the only way we can stand for change and make anything better, is if you get out and advocate for issues that you care deeply about, and you get out and vote and get that vote effort out everywhere you can, because that's the only way to affect change.
Yeah, and I think we all talk. The whole political ecosphere is full with national politics, always. And it's this issue or this left issue, this right issue. But really, what affects us all most is what happens in our home.
Local.
That's because we live here. Your trash not getting picked up, your water quality, the crime, your friends' kids getting killed in the streets, your kids. These are things that affect you the most, whether than somebody's pro-choice or pro-life. These things affect you on a daily basis.
That's right. And I can't say it enough.
That's why it's so. But it does give me hope too, Lindsay, because this is a community can come together and they can come together put their differences aside and see, like, we've got
This is for the better of this. Yeah,
Yeah,
better
one-
for all of us. All of us.
all of us, you know, whether you're black, white, you're a woman, you're a man, whatever you are, whoever you voted for last.
Unless you're trans,
Of course.
because
Yes.
then we just need to get you into a mental institution.
Yeah, Lindsay and her trans issue, but yeah, so
Not
like
trans issue.
they were
National mental health issue.
they were able to put all that aside and realize that we all generally breathe the same air.
We all bleed red.
Yeah, we all bleed red. We all all care about our kids' futures. We all care about our home. Like, we care about these things together, whether you voted for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Like, we all care about these together the same in this when it comes to.
I don't know if you voted for Kamala. I don't know if you care about the same things I do. Sorry, but
you're kind of it's just
okay. Well, the rest of the world overwhelmingly agree with me. But I can't say this enough. If you want to affect your community and you want change, you've got to start at the most local level. We cannot get healthy as a nation from the top down. It's got to come from the bottom up. And only around 3 to 6%, 3 to 7% of registered voters actually vote in these local elections on a national scale. We've got to do better than that, because if we want to see anything change, it's got to start from the bottom up. Got to.
And Lindsay made a great point. I think that's 100% right. I think it's an attitude we all should have. And here is an example of when you do that, things do change. Things just changed tonight for the city of Jackson. If Chokwe Lumumba were to be reelected as mayor, he was not going to go to trial for another year, like 3 months. We were going to become a national joke.
Which we've already been.
We've been, because we reelected a mayor that is under federal indictment for taking money on a FBI yacht and going to a strip club. Do you think businesses were going to come invest in this city? No, they won't. That makes people's lives worse because of that. There was going to be, we were going to be a joke to the nation and to potential investors, but now we're not. Now what we did was we made a statement. We said, we will not put up with this. So now people are like, you know what? Maybe I will come to Jackson. Those people got some sense.
And it's not like that, but it's like the rest of the country. The rest of the country, when they see Jackson all over the national news for the way we're failing, they see that as the whole state of Mississippi. This is our capital city. This is where our state capital is, the people's house. Yeah. And so when people see Jackson failing in such a way, it becomes the whole look of the state. So everyone in the state has to care about what happens in Jackson. It's just a given.
Yeah, no, absolutely, they do. And we need we have the problem everybody knows about in the state about a brain drain. People go to college here and they leave because they go for better opportunities, better cities to live in. But we want to retain people that get educated here.
The good ones. The Republican ones. I'm kidding.
Because we need doctors and engineers, and we need people to stay here.
Doctors that don't push vaccines.
We need people to stay here and to build this state, because this is a great state. We have so many positive things here that we don't look at because we think, oh, it's just Mississippi. And sometimes we just don't pay attention to how good. One thing, our best qualities are people, but the people that live here actually usually care about each other for the most part. It's not super expensive to live here. We're close to beaches. We're close to Dallas, Atlanta, New Orleans. We have a lot. We have good weather except for freaking July and August for the most part.
It's steamy out there today.
We have a wonderful state of great people, and we want to build upon that. And I think that's important.
We have a wonderful.
And we've overcome a lot too.
We have a wonderful Moms for Liberty organization here.
Yeah, right.
You want to get involved? Let me know.
We have a wonderful state and just a lot of qualities and wonderful people, and we can do a lot with it together. And I think tonight you've seen that. You've seen people come together from across the aisle like us.
That's right.
That they come together, they do something, and you will see. I guarantee. I'm not saying Jackson is going to be Shangri-La overnight. Not saying that. That's not going to happen. But you're going to see a change. Something's going to happen. John Horhn may not be the best mayor in the history of the world. He may not.
He may not be mayor at all.
But most likely he will be. And once he is, there will be a positive. There will be a step forward. And I don't care if it's a giant step, just a step that we haven't. We've just had steps backwards for 8 years. And it's
a giant leap for mankind.
That's right. Exactly. I mean, you'll see a step forward, and that's what we want. That's all we want. We want a step forward. Maybe because John Horhn is mayor, one less kid's going to die of a gunshot. Something's going to happen that's positive.
Let's hope so.
That's positive in that direction. crime may be curbed. The police will be supported. That's a wonderful thing. The police have been under attack forever in this city. For the last 8 years, this mayor has been an enemy of everyone in law enforcement. When a city that desperately needs law enforcement is Jackson, is one of the most dangerous cities in America. And
Per
now,
capita, the most dangerous.
now as long if we could get the AG's head on right, then we would actually have that support. I think Senator Horn is going to support law enforcement. I think everything he said indicates that.
Well, that's
I think
because
that's
it's all paid for by the Republicans.
Yeah, the
I'm
Republicans.
kidding. That's a joke. That's a
But I
total
think
joke.
Senator Horn's going to support law enforcement. I think, I hope he keeps Chief Wade. I think Chief Wade's done a wonderful job. I think you can unleash Chief Wade now that he's not shackled by the Lumumba
Press,
administration.
yeah, and the press conference is constantly telling us about who's been killed in the streets.
He's not going to hopefully have less of those now.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a Horn administration that's going to focus on those things, focus on the criminal justice system. That's going to be a partner with the DA's office, which I'm sure will have change in leadership there shortly too. So you're going to have a lot of change in the city that you didn't expect if Lumumba was reelected. There'll be probably a new DA shortly, I think. There's going to be a new mayor, most likely Senator Horn. There's things that are positive that can, and those little things that happen can change the trajectory of a city, because we've got a good city. It's just been destroyed, but we can take it back, and we have. But it's the first step to it. So I think everybody should be, happy about what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Jackson and the citizens for getting out and doing.
Senator Horn's given his
his speech. I just want to hear Chokwe concede.
Yeah, we haven't got to that at the he's missed part of the broadcast here, but he's at the Chokwe is at the ice house after he's been put on ice by the owners of the city of Jackson, which I know I keep laughing about that. I just think it's funny or ironic that that's where he picked to be. We won't actually. The only thing is, like, I'll miss him sort of because I won't have somebody to make fun of so much. Like,
What are you gonna do?
John Horn's not that funny. Like, I don't know what to do. I mean,
What kind of memes are you gonna make?
What's to make fun of John Horn? I mean, I know he likes to drink, but he doesn't. And as long as he can get a car, like, we'll have to get John an Uber. And as long as he's drinking on President Street, I think that's fine. That's where the city hall is. Yeah, so he's doing that. I don't drive on with that. But I think
I wonder if David Ortiz would hold a press conference.
Oh yeah, can David just go away now, please? I mean, he's had his stolen election where he worked with far right Republicans to overturn his election where he lost like 4 million votes or something like that. And then now he tried to help Mayor Lumumba, who's destroyed the city of Jackson, and then he said that white people shouldn't vote or something to that effect, or close to it at least. I think he needs to get to
My sweet friend Robert Kinney just said it's time to give Chokwe some Boudreaux's butt paste.
Yep, he needs some Boudreaux's butt paste. He's going to need it. He's going to need it. I put a post up on Facebook about his future, which is him depicted in a federal orange jumpsuit inmate number. So I think that's
wow.
I think everybody should look at that if you get a chance. But yeah, right now we're looking at Senator Horn. He's giving his acceptance speech, and I'm sure we'll hear from the future convicted felon Mayor Lumumba, almost former Mayor Lumumba shortly. I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it should be soon.
Yeah, I think so. So anyway, we'll wait for that, Lindsay. Well, how much longer do you want to go?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to hear that. I don't want to miss that. I want to hear that.
Okay, well, y'all, we're gonna sign off here because we've sat through the election tonight and kind of went through the results. Hope everybody was kind of haphazard. Hope everybody enjoyed it as much as they could have. And congratulations to the city of Jackson. That's all I gotta say. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely.
Today. Thank you to the 75% of people that voted to oust the current mayor of Jackson, and it's over. And so congratulations. It's a good night. Everybody should rest easy tonight.
Yeah, and then we'll be back tomorrow at lunchtime, 12:07.
To break it down again.
We'll break it all down. We'll give you the what we find out between now and then. Which we always seem to get some kind of tips on some backdoor things that
We'll have some good stories, I'm sure.
I'm sure we'll have some stories. We'll find out
Probably
if he got
have
his
Kingfish call in or something.
we'll have find out if he got his Boudreaux butt paste and how the ice house went, and we'll find all that out and be able to relay it to you guys tomorrow at 12:07 on Crossing the Aisle. We have YouTube, Facebook, both of our Facebook chat, and then we're working on getting the audio only uploaded to. We're working on that. We've got it. We're just trying to get the kinks worked out. So don't give up on that. And then of course WYB 103.9 12:07 to 1 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. You can catch us there.
And thank you, Lindsay, for doing the show with me. That was one of our more fun shows. So
yes.
Such a good night. So I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we wanted to do that. And thank you to everybody that listened. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow at 12.